Guys, good morning and welcome to another edition of the Monday Morning Meetup Live, which happens every other week here on the Our Wyoming Life channel. You guys actually requested that we continue to do it live, and we decided to switch it up, and we do one Monday would be live, the next one would be recorded and put together for you guys, so kind of getting the best of both worlds there. Thanks for coming along with us this morning. Thank you for continuing to explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. And this morning we are going to get started. I'm actually going to bring you along as we finish up the stage project that we were working on Friday, and make sure that everything is working okay. So thanks guys for coming along with me. We're starting out this morning right over here with the ducks that are still hanging out here with us this morning. This duck and her ducklings in here are now just about 2 weeks old. And of course the ducklings still don't have any feathers. They still have all their down, but they're still living with mama and doing really well. So basically all I was doing, I was in the process of when we started out here was putting new water in for them. They definitely make a mess of their water. Hold on a second, I'm gonna clamp you guys somewhere here so I can put their water in while we get this taken care of. About twice a day we have to refill that water from them because they constantly make a mess with it, but that's ducks for you. All right, so pretty eventful last couple days here on the ranch. Hey, look at that. There's a pig out. Boop. We're gonna have to deal with that a little bit later. That's actually our runt pig that we're gonna be dealing with throughout the week and making sure that he's healthy and good to go. So anyway, he's wandering now. He'll go back into his corral. What our plan is for today here as we get going is we're gonna finish up the stage, which is something that every rancher builds once or twice a day, right? It's the stage. We're going to finish that up. If you were at our live stream last night on the Beyond the Ranch channel, we had a video about finishing the stage. We picked it up from where we left off on Friday and got it done. We still have a few little things to put on there that we're going to finish up and do that this morning, and I'll bring you guys along with me while we do that. Then we are going to go, obviously, we're going to go put a pig back in. We're going to do that, and then we're going to talk about what we have coming up this week as we continue with the daily vlogs. The daily vlogs are actually going to continue now until Labor Day, and that's the the Labor Day weekend. That's when we're doing the Ranch Roundup, and that's what the stage is for. The Ranch Roundup is our yearly event that we have here on the ranch where people can come and visit. You can buy tickets and come and hang out with us. It's a little bright out here. You can come and hang out with us and have some fun on the ranch. It's a 3-day event and is just a lot of fun. So that's what the stage is for. We do some presentations from the stage, announcements, all that kind of stuff. Last year we had a stage. I really wasn't too happy with it. So this year we're going to actually step it up a little bit and have a little bit more fun with it. This wood that is on the stage, the backdrop here is recycled wood from right here on the farm. This is all from old fencing and stuff that we've been taking down over the last few weeks. So I'm going to take you with me. It's kind of hard to read comments as you guys are asking questions right now through taking the weekends off, but you can't. It's on the Beyond the Ranch channel where we do our vlog from there as well, or our live streams from there. So if you haven't subscribers on the Beyond the Ranch channel, so it's a lot of fun and a cool place to hang out, get a lot of questions answered and all that kind of good stuff. So what I have here is for the Ranch Roundup, and this is kind of the last step in this entire process, is that we do have some sponsors for the Roundup, and I can show you the banner here that Coke made for us. Coke is actually one of our sponsors as well. Brought to you by Michelin, Beckert, Coke, Aeroquip, sponsors of the Ranch Roundup. And what I have, you have some old vintage signs from those sponsors that we're actually going to hang up here on the wall, kind of the side of the barn type thing. So this is this is a Michelin sign. We have Beckert signs to put up on our wall here. We also have a Coca-Cola tin sign that we're going to hang up. And I think we have another Michelin sign as well. So another tin vintage type Michelin sign. So we're going to put those up today, and then we are going to be able to call the stage pretty much done. I do have a few other things that I want to do, and that may be adding some cheap AstroTurf to the floor to make it look like grass. A few other things. Erin said I can't muck it up too bad, but we're going to have a little bit of fun with it, and it's going to be a kind of a centerpiece during the Ranch Roundup. There still are tickets available for the Ranch Roundup. You can buy them on our website at ourwyominglife.com. And yes, there is free Coke at the Ranch Roundup. That's part of Coke sponsorship, is all the attendees get free drinks. So works out well. All right, I'm gonna run over here to the shop really quick. We're gonna grab some screws to be able to put up these signs and get that done. We recently got a Harbor Freight here in Gillette, and it's been my favorite place to buy junk that I don't really need. But I do like these assortment packs. You've probably seen them at Harbor Freight before, but you can pick these up. And basically almost every time I go into Harbor Freight, I basically just pick up one of these and then I come and hang it on the wall, because I never know when I'm gonna need something like O-rings or U-clips or lock washers, wing nuts. But today we're gonna use stainless steel screws. It is kind of handy. I kind of like them. The only thing that's bad about these, if you use them, is they have these little tiny clips, and I'll show you on the packaging, and the clips always break on me, and then I can never close them, and then they end up getting put in a drawer somewhere, and then I forget about them. So here's these little clips that I'm talking about. See how they clip down? These things always end up breaking, but that's okay. A small price to pay for 4 billion screws. All right. Okay. Yeah, into the drawer of doom where you can never find anything, right? No doubt. All right, so I'm gonna have you guys give me a hand. We're using our handy-tandy clamping tripod. We're clamping it to a dolly here so I can move you around. This is my virtual representation of you. And then we can roll you around, maybe. So my thought was, sorry guys, dropped you, is that I can take these signs and actually put them on this portion of the wall. Actually, I'm gonna move you guys back a little bit so you can actually see what's happening. By the way, the wall here does fit out of the garage door. We had a heated discussion last night, well, not really heated, but a discussion last night on the Ranch channel about the fact that a lot of people thought this thing wouldn't fit out of the shop door, and obviously that was kind of like the first thing that I checked when I started building this, is how tall it could be so it would actually fit out. So it does fit out the door. I'll prove it to you. Take a look. So there's the top. No problem. Okay. I need a cameraman. All right. So we're going to put some of these signs up on this wall. I don't know, they may move over time. We may end up getting more. If you have any tin signs that tie in with our sponsors, and you're coming to Ranch Roundup, you can always send them to me ahead of time. We could put them on the wall, and then I can give them back to you at Ranch Roundup so you can take them back home. But we are going to go ahead and on and see what it looks like. Figure out what size screws to use. There's a chicken over here eyeballing me, wondering what I'm doing. Oh, that's what's bad. I was trying to figure out what was making that noise, and it's actually this sign bouncing a little bit. This sign was actually made by a friend of ours in North Carolina. on a CNC machine. So one of the interesting things about Ranch Roundup coming up is the fact that you know, a lot of people can't travel, and you can buy ghost tickets, but the travel factor has actually affected our sponsors as well. Of course, we're going to have a representative from Coke here. We're hoping that the folks from Michelin will be able to come out. We're kind of wondering about the AeroQuip folks because they're actually based in Canada, so we're not even sure if they're going to be able to travel to the US. But one that we've got for sure, and is already confirmed, is Beckert, the fence company. I have heard that Keith, who you saw in the videos, has decided that he's not going to miss this for the world, so he is going to definitely be here. So that'll be cool. Keith is going to be here actually building fence for us during Ranch Roundup. With the drought, we've realized that we have to graze quite a bit more land than we're used to grazing. So Keith is actually going to fence off portions of one of our hay fields for us. And that way we can graze the animals through that hay field come the end of the year. You know, I didn't think to ask Beckert about, I'm going to put their signs. Now, these are signs that they normally put on new builds, new fences, stuff like that. And here we are putting on a fence from, you know, 70 years ago. Basically, these boards probably were put up that long ago. And we're putting this up. So I hope they don't have a problem with us thinking that somebody's going to think that Beckert fence looks really, really old. They should probably do a little better. I have more of these Beckert signs, but I don't want it to be all Beckert. Maybe we'll hold off on those until we get more signs up here. So I think that's a good start. We got a few. We will get more, obviously, and we're just going to keep on covering up this wall. I'm going to decide what I want to do with this door. These doors. Get the across the road. The plan is that we're going to put steps going out the back of the stage so that we can bring guests up, or whoever we have, they'll be able to come right through these doors. I do got to still have to come up with a latching system for the doors themselves. And then the other thing is, obviously, the one barn that I took this door out of, the door was painted. This one never was. You can actually see it's kind of cool. It's got some old crayon drawings and stuff on the back side of this door. This came out of probably one of the old. But anyway, one of the things that I'm looking at doing and trying to figure out if I want to do is paint this door to match, right? But if I paint it, it's going to look like it was painted. So I think one day this week, we're actually going to take a look at something I kind of wanted to do on the channel for a while, and that's taking a look at whitewashing, which everybody it talks about. You've seen it in Huckleberry Finn, or was it Huckleberry Finn? I can't remember which book it was. Tom Sawyer, where they were talking about whitewashing. I think that was the first time I ever heard of whitewashing, and we're actually going to look at it and see how whitewash actually works, what it is, and if it'll work in that application. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. Hey, look who's here. Somebody's off to work this morning. I thought I heard the gator. Yeah. I came over here to get better reception than in the barn.
Is it better over here?
I don't know if it is or not, but you know, we'll see. So this is Erin, if anybody remembers her from the channel. What are you off to do?
I have veggie baskets today for Edible Prairie Project, so I'm picking 26 bundles of kale, 26 bags of lettuce, and 27 bundles of radishes. I have another grower bringing a few radishes. I have an egg producer bringing eggs today that will go in the baskets, so she'll be meeting me out here. Another grower is bringing zucchini. I take everything to town. Everybody picks up their produce at 4:45.
Wow.
I think that's it. Kale, radishes, lettuce. Oh, and microgreens. I have microgreens to harvest too.
You should write these down.
I have 4 things to do. And bring zucchini and bring the eggs.
Cool. Sounds like fun. We have a pig that's out, at least one. The runt pig was out again, so we're gonna go.
Little pig.
Little
That's his
little
name.
pig, little pig. Let me in.
Yeah.
So
He's more like little pig. I do what I want to do.
little pig. I'm out. Yeah, no doubt. We're gonna go get those guys put in. I'm not sure how service is gonna do back there, but we're gonna go back.
Oh, you always lose service.
I always
like
lose
that.
service back there by the pig pen, but we'll give it a try and see how it works. And then can we come visit you in the garden and see what you're up to?
Yeah, I gotta wash some stuff before I get out there.
Okay. Maybe we'll go snoop around before you come out.
Okay.
All right.
I might be in the high tunnel because I gotta grab kale.
Okay. We'll find you.
Okay.
All righty. So an interesting thing that from last time we did an experiment. So the first time we did this live meetup deal, we made it about an hour long, 45 minutes or something like that. The second time we did it, I only did it for 20 minutes. And I wanted to see what the difference was in, how people viewed it, if they viewed it, how many people viewed it, all that kind of good stuff. So what I wanted to do was take a look at those two differences. And actually, we ended up having more views on the longer videos. So I thought I'd just drag you around with me for a little while, and hopefully people dig that. There's a kitty cat hanging out. All right, we're gonna find these pigs. If it does buffer a little bit, I apologize. Obviously, we can't, we could have Wi-Fi service all over the ranch, but that's expensive too. All right, so sorry about that. I lost you as I cut through the barn, and I lost my sunglasses somewhere, so now I'm blind. We have two pigs that are out, big pig and little pig, and so you can know where they got out, and I can tell you how they got out. It's my fault. Every single morning we do a little tour with the weather station's kind of tough because where it sits way up high like that, it's really affected by the wind. So I think that it doesn't catch all the rain, so it's not giving us accurate measurements for the rain. All right. Yeah, Kittler's in the house. If you weren't at the live stream yesterday, we gave you guys a look into what happened over this last weekend. And on Friday, one of our cats, who's a barn cat, I'm gonna sit here on the gator, or on the four-wheeler. One of our cats that's a barn cat, and she kind of lives inside the house off and on. She ended up falling somewhere and broke her leg in multiple places. So we ended up having to remove her leg. The vet actually took her leg off, and now we have a three-legged cat in our house. But she's doing well. She slept underneath our bed last night, so she's still hiding from other cats. Sounds like Erin's pulling out of the shop here. She's heading off to work. We'll give her a minute to get settled in, and then we'll go over and see what she's up to. Obviously, the buffering thing, if you are getting that, not a whole lot I can do at this point about it. The internet is what it is out here, so. Let's see, Mike, how do you obtain your semi-drivers for hauling hay for you and other ranchers in your area? Most guys really just know somebody. We have a neighbor, Gary, who drives truck. He'll actually go and get hay for us a lot of times. We had hay that was delivered out of Torrington a few years ago by that farmer's neighbor, the guy that we bought the hay from. And the driver that brought it up here ended up calling me this year and saying that he was coming and delivering hay as well. So he asked us if we needed hay. In fact, I need to call him today and get some hay ordered because although we're not feeding hay yet to the herd, they're going to be on pasture for as long as possible. We do have steers, and the fact is that we're going to have to start feeding them, obviously, before too long, especially once we bring them into the corrals and we start grain finishing them. They still have to have hay. So we're going to order a load of hay from him, and then also we're looking for a load of straw. So we're kind of searching around for that so we can find some straw, because another thing we're going to be doing this week is we're going to be really digging in. We're going to be digging into compost. Jeez, I almost lost the word there. We're going to be doing a lot of compost this week. So it's going to be the hay or the straw that we need is essential for that compost. So we're going to be getting a lot of straw in and doing massive amounts of compost in order to supplement the soil in a lot of the gardens. So let's see, what else do we have going on this week? Also, we're going to be doing a lot of garden work this week. We are going to be putting up some hot wire in the garden, actually, to keep the deer out. We had talked to Beckert earlier on this year about doing some fencing around Erin's gardens, some deer fencing and stuff like that. And we decided, since they're coming out to help us out with the pasture fencing because of the drought, we decided that it'd probably be better for them to do that. So we're going to take care of some hot wire inside the gardens to keep the deer from jumping over the fence. We do have 4 or 5 foot fence. I think it's 4 foot inside the gardens, but we're going to be doing some hot wire, which is electric wire or electric tape, to keep the deer from jumping inside the garden. Is kind of the hope. We'll see how that works and what's the best way to do that. We're actually over here now with Goliath and Peanut in their little corral. They're just hanging out back there. They had breakfast this morning. Part of the tour that we do every morning with our guests is that we come over and feed these guys. They're getting 1 bottle per day now, so we come over and feed them their bottle in the morning, and then they just kind of lounge around the rest of the afternoon. Does anybody want to go in here and see them? Or I don't know, we'll see. Let's go check them out and see what they're up to. Goliath is still doing really well. He has not had any other any more health problems. I can't keep my mind straight this morning. Is it Monday or what? Mr. Goliath here, and Peanut, getting big. Hey, Peanut. Peanut's my buddy. Come here, bud. You gonna be shy this morning? Says I'm just fat and happy. That's what I am. I didn't bring any food. Hi. So that's those guys. They are doing very well, and we're really impressed with the way that Goliath has kind of straightened himself out. I don't know if we did it or if it was just a matter of getting him past that last bout with bloat, but he's doing great now. Bye, guys. Now, actually, they're actually getting some real food now too, and they now get a little bit of corn, a little bit of oats in there, and of course they're eating grass as well. We give them a bale in there for them to chew on, and it is nice to see them growing up and moving away from the bottle. So it makes me happy. Okay, now we're gonna head. See, this is the problem with having the internet issues, and part of the problem is actually maybe that I have Wi-Fi in the house, and then we have, obviously once you get away from the Wi-Fi, then it's going to switch over to 3G. And part of the problem may be because I didn't turn off the Wi-Fi on my phone, so it's trying to connect to the house, then it can't connect to the house. It switches to the 3G or 4G or whatever it is, LTE, whatever the heck it's called. So part of the problem might be that it's switching back and forth. So, all right. Actually, before we go bug Erin, let's sit down and answer a few more questions here and give her a bit of a head start. Some quiet time in the garden. Apparently that's very important to gardeners, is quiet time. I've learned that over the years. Gardeners really like just having their chill time. All right, I'm back. Okay, All right, let's answer some questions here. Yeah, it's a nice sky back behind me there. A little wobbly here on the four-wheeler. Sandra asked, how did you come up with Our Wyoming Life? If you're asking the name, I mean, that's what it is. That's what we do. But we actually started the channel back in 2017, where we were doing farmers markets, and I made a video that basically I wanted to showcase, you know, that how we raise our cows and all that kind of good stuff. So I made that video. I put that video online. The next morning when we woke up, and we had 50,000 or 30,000 views, 25,000 views on that video, and 1,500 subscribers. So we realized that none of those subscribers were local, but a lot of them were interested in where their food comes from. And that's where we decided to make the Our Wyoming Life channel, to show as many people as we can where their food comes from and the importance of the families behind it, all that kind of good stuff. So that's kind of where it started. Alex asked if Erin's going to be doing any cooking or any kind of commercial kitchen. It's on the list. It's kind of low on the list. We have a lot of stuff going on, but you know, it's on the list. It'd be nice to do. In order to ship baked goods out of state, we would have to have a commercial kitchen, and all of your recipes have to be inspected and verified, and you have to have all the nutritional information and all that kind of stuff. So that's something that we may look at further down the road. I'm going to scroll back through some comments here. So there are range extenders that, yeah, I know how all that works. Trust me. I mean, one of the things that we have out here is we actually have internet that shoots from our house up to my mother-in-law's house, up to Rita's house. It's a point-to-point network. So it actually, there's a thing over on our house. It shoots all the way up to her house so that she has internet, so she doesn't have to have separate internet. So, I mean, I know how all that stuff works. One of the problems is, though, that if you don't have the exact amount of coverage, we have tin buildings, we have all kinds of stuff like that. So we would have to have extenders inside everywhere, and that you know, it cost what, $200 or $300 just for the extender to get to her house. So as we continue with the thing, and this part of the problem today is my fault, because it's trying to connect to our Wi-Fi in the house is what I can pretty much guarantee is happening. So the windsock back here is going to get replaced. Hopefully this week is kind of one of my plans. The windsock, you can see it right back here, is actually viewable from our webcam that you can see all the time. One of our subscribers, Kevin, sent us an actual windsock that we're going to be putting up, that we might be able to get that done this week as well. It's amazing how I start out the week and we come up with a plan and we've got everything laid out, and then here it comes Friday and it's like, holy smokes, I didn't get half done what I wanted to get done. And it's kind of the way things work around here. It's very much kind of a fly by the seat of your pants sometimes. Sometimes you don't really know where you're going to end up at the beginning of the week. So these Monday morning meetups are kind of cool for me, because I get to come up with a plan and then I get to shoot it out of the water by Wednesday. So oh, hey, Keith. We'll talk later about deer fencing, but yeah, you guys are already doing enough. Thanks a lot, man. Let's see. The only thing constant in farm life is change. That's for sure. Another thing that I was thinking about doing was a video this week, basically kind of explaining how and why we're not like a how-to channel. I get a lot of questions with people asking why we don't do, you know, how-to ranch or how to fix fence, and I do that kind of. But some of that stuff, that how-to stuff, is very very subjective to where you're at. You know, I can't really make a how-to ranch video, although there are plenty of people out there that make how-to garden videos or how to improve your pasture videos and all that kind of stuff. But it is very subjective to where you're at, and I don't feel comfortable, and I don't really feel it's fair for me to go out and say, hey, here's how you ranch. When how you ranch here is way different than how you ranch somewhere else. So what I like to do as a way to combat that is that we're not so much a how-to channel, but I can show you how we do things, and then you can take those ideas and move them into your own situation. So I'm always very clear that I think that you should be able to do what you got to do wherever you're at, but you can take some of our ideas and make them work in your favor in your own situation. So will Goliath and Peanut go to the herd when they're bigger? There is a possibility. We kind of talked about maybe moving them back out with the herd once they're completely weaned. It's actually a good idea to do that because then they're going to end up, they're going to learn how to cow, right? That's one thing that they're not learning how to do when they're hanging out with us here, is that they're not learning how to be cows. So one of the things that we want to be able to do is take these cows, these calves at some point, put them in with the herd so that they'll be able to learn how to do it. So yeah, the other thing, but one of the problems that we have with that is that we want them to be here for Ranch Roundup, which takes place in September, the beginning of September. So we'll probably keep them here through Ranch Roundup so that everybody can meet Goliath and Peanut while they're here. And then we'll move them back down with the rest of the herd where they can learn how to be good little cows is the plan. All right, I think Erin's had enough time. We're going to head over that way. If you do have any more questions, feel free to shoot them out at me as I'm walking here. It may buffer because I think that right now I'm on Wi-Fi because we're catching it from the house. But it may buffer for a second while it switches back over to 3G. And that's my fault once again. Have you thought about bringing in a different breed of bull for improving genetics of the herd? Well, we bring in, our bulls are actually registered black. And we're back. Okay, sorry about that. I knew that would happen. Okay, we're moving through here as we head down towards the high tunnels. There we go. Okay. The problem is we do have multiple Wi-Fi networks out here too, which I just realized I turned off my Wi-Fi now because when I walked over here, then it tried to connect to Rita's house, my mother-in-law's house Wi-Fi. So now the Wi-Fi is off. It should just stay on 3G and it should be a little bit more, or 4G or LTE or whatever it is. Where the heck is Erin? There she is. Where were you? I lost you.
I was in the high tunnel.
Oh, what did you pick?
Just kale.
Kale. That's a lot of kale.
We have to do 26 bundles. So we have three different kinds of kale. It's buried. Oh my gosh, where is it?
There's another kind in there?
Yeah.
Another color?
Yeah.
Is it actually another kind of kale or is it just another color of evil?
It's another variety.
Oh, okay.
So three different. So we'll do like mixed kale bundles. Oh, look, something.
Do you, honestly, like what do you do with kale?
Well, you can make it in soup, you can put it in stir fry.
Do people eat like a salad
chips.
made out of this?
Yeah, you can make a salad, like a chopped kale salad. So this is what, we'll have to wash it, bundle it, but this is about what everyone's gonna get. So like 6 leaves of kale.
Cool. Are you going to pick something else or are you going back to
I'm
the shop?
gonna go get this in the shop so that it can get it in water so it can cool down.
Okay.
Oh, it's windy.
It is a little windy.
Can you guys hear us?
Probably not. The wind generator is turning, making power. All right, I think we're gonna wander over to the chickens. We're gonna check out the baby chicks really quick. And then probably, I don't even know what time is it.
10, 11.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll call it a day. Or, well, we'll call this a day and then we'll move on with our lives. So the problem was with I have to remember to turn off Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Because it's trying to connect to everybody's Wi-Fi. So we have Wi-Fi at Rita's house, we have Wi-Fi at the farmhouse, we have Wi-Fi at our house. We also have a Wi-Fi extender that shoots from our house to Rita's house. So it's trying to connect to all those and it's just a giant mess. But anyway, thank you, Erin.
Hey, when you're done, can you
What-
do me a favor?
What do you need?
I need the hose from the orchard brought to the high tunnel.
Okay, we
So
can do
I
that.
gotta water the kale.
Okay. Alrighty,
Thank you.
no problem.
Bye.
Bye-bye. There's a big pile of compost that we're gonna be, that one's actually almost done, that pile of compost, but we're gonna be making a lot more of that this week, so. All right, the garden, by the way, we really haven't done too much out here, and I can tell you that, so we get, every once in a while we'll get a request for Erin to make more gardening videos, and her response usually is, nobody watches the gardening videos, which is kind of true. If you actually go back and look, the views are way, way less on the gardening videos, so Erin gets discouraged very easily. So if you want garden videos, you've got to send Erin emails and tell her how much you want garden videos. Here is the outdoor garden. You can see corn here and everything else. So she's been gardening like crazy. It's just she's been keeping it all for herself. She hasn't been sharing it with anybody. We're gonna head over to the chicken house here. I gotta check on the baby chicks really quick. And then I guess we'll go move a hose. And then I can get to my day. The AeroQuip corrals, still here. Nobody's came and repoed them yet. So I guess I'm keeping AeroQuip happy. The baby chicks, which are not so much babies anymore, they're close to a month old. I'm sure maybe a little bit over a month old. They are now happily living in the chicken house. Nobody has escaped. I know there was one comment after I did this that said they're going to be out in 15 minutes. They're not. Nobody has actually jumped out of here yet. And when they do, they're still enclosed within the chicken house, so I'm really not too worried about it. The plan is here within the next couple weeks to move these guys into that area with the peacocks, and then they'll be in the enclosed peacock fence area. And in here, where there's actually a rogue chicken, by the way, rogue chicken living in here. They'll be living in here with the peacocks, and they'll be inside this fenced area when they go out. I can't see where the peacocks are, but anyway. So, and then they'll be in here for about a month or so until they get big enough to go out with the big chickens. That's kind of the plan. So, baby chicks, doing baby chick stuff. I want to go see the peacocks. I haven't seen them yet today. I saw them briefly when I came through with the tour, but they're actually pretty shy when we've got a bunch of people standing around out here. They tend to not want to be a part of the show. Hey guys, where's your boyfriend? Oh, there he is. Hey, big guy. Still, why peacocks? Don't know. Come up with a reason, I'll let you know. Okay. Our bottle babies now think they're humans. Yeah, I get that. That's why we do have to get them back in with the herd eventually so that they learn how to be cows. That's kind of the whole plan. Please do more cow videos. Well, yeah, we do a lot of cow videos. The thing is, you know, obviously we're going to be doing these daily vlogs until Labor Day. Once we hit the ranch roundup, we're going to stop the daily vlogs. We'll probably take a week off and then come back with just 1 or 2 videos a week. Just because I can't make a cow video every single day, obviously doing the vlogs, unless everybody wanted to see the same thing every single day, you know. So we're going to go take cows again, because that's really what I do every single day, especially during the summer with the cows. I check cows. I check waters. I make sure that the fences are, you know, intact where they're at, make sure they're not out of where they're supposed to be. And I cake them, and that's pretty much it. And unless there's something wrong, which then I would film, it's pretty uneventful. The peacock with the missing leg, he actually passed away last year. These peacocks replaced him. We had no idea how old he was when we got him, but we figured he was at least 10 years old when we got him. And peacocks, while they can live quite a while, I think not having a leg probably did wear down on him pretty quick. All right, moving right along. So yeah, I've caught a little bit of, we have started to tell people that we're going to be doing the vlogs until Labor Day weekend, and then we're going to stop and go back to a regular schedule. But I've gotten a few emails where people, you know, think that's a horrible idea and that kind of stuff. But honestly, when it comes down to like our time and being able to put out a product that we're proud of, vlogging every single day, while not horrible, it's definitely, it wears on you. You know, I'm up until 2 o'clock every single morning editing videos, at least during the week, and doing videos like this, the live stream, actually helps because I didn't have to stay up last night. So you guys, by doing the live stream and being here for the live stream and supporting the live stream, you guys actually gave me kind of a day off yesterday, even though it wasn't a day off because I still did the live stream and all that kind of stuff, but a day off from editing a video anyway. How old is the oil well on our land? There's actually 4 oil wells out here. They've been here since the 50s, as far as I can gather. I don't know the exact year, but I know they've been here a long time. And so in Wyoming, there's a law that basically says that if a well doesn't pump so much volume per day or per month or whatever, per year maybe, it can be considered an abandoned well. And once it's considered an abandoned well, then the company that owns it, because we don't own the oil well, we own the land that it's on and the minerals, but we don't own the actual oil well. The company that owns it, that put it in, would be responsible for coming in and plugging it, and doing all the reclamation, putting it back to the way it was and all that kind of good stuff, which could cost, who knows, millions of dollars. So they keep all of our oil wells pumping just enough so that they're not considered abandoned. So people that think that you get rich off of oil, that really doesn't happen too much anymore, at least here. There are places where there are oil booms happening. They're not happening here. Not on our little section of land. Right now I'm picking up the hose here, which is a long hose. I really should, one of our plans is to actually put in more irrigation. And when I say irrigation, I'm talking about hydrants, basically water lines, to be able to get water to like the orchard and stuff like that. Buried water lines are kind of on our list of stuff we want to get done, so we don't have to drag hose all over the place. I forgot which tunnel she wanted this hose at. Oh well. I can't. Anybody remember what Erin said she needed watered? She said she needed the hose so she could water something. I don't remember what it was. So we'll just drag it all up here, close by. Whew. That's a lot of hose. This hose that we just drug had to reach from this high tunnel. It's probably gonna be hard to tell. All the way back into that corner back there. So I don't know, a couple hundred feet. If I find the end now. Where is the end? There it is. Okay, so that's done. Let's head back to the shop, take a few more questions and wrap things up. It's hard to read questions when I'm walking. Has the pandemic affected us on the ranch? Yeah, of course. I think it's affected everybody. It's affected every industry. Obviously, our biggest thing, the way it's affecting us right now, is through cattle sales, processing, all that kind of good stuff. We actually have animals scheduled with our processor, I think now into 2022 almost. I know we have had to schedule pigs that we don't even have yet to be processed next year, and we won't have those pigs here on the ranch until November. So we're definitely having to schedule ahead. Processing is a total nightmare, as well as what could happen with the price of calves. Feedlots are not really too keen on buying calves right now because they don't know if they're going to be able to get them into the processors and into the butchers when it's time to do that. So there's definitely some huge ways that all this has been affected, or how it's affected us, that's for sure. It is a nice morning though. A little bit of a breeze, but it's not horrible. I'd say 10 to 15 mile an hour breeze maybe, but it's nice. Again, if you would like to track weather On the ranch, we have a weather station that sits right up there, right there. And you can actually find that now on Weather Underground or what is the other app that it's on? Davis WeatherLink, I think is what it's called. So, whew, all right. Hi. I got your hose drug over, but I couldn't remember which high tunnel you needed it at, so it's like...
Well, the one with the kale.
It's in the middle. See, somebody should have told me kale. That's what she wanted to water. It's there. It's in the middle. Yeah. Well, it's not empty if it has kale in it. It should be empty.
Oh, we're saving the kale for winter.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna plant it we're gonna plant the winter high tunnel August 1st.
True. What are you doing now? Besides making a mess.
Cleaning bins.
Would you clean this well if we weren't in a pandemic?
I mean, I always clean the bins. Like, I mean, this is just like field sanitation procedures that we do.
Oh, okay.
You know, we don't put.
You don't put dirty stuff in with...
Yeah, like I don't wash the produce and then put it in a dirty bin where it could get contaminated.
See, this is like the whole COVID thing. Like, we all should be washing our hands at least occasionally.
Well, if you harvest from the field, you should clean your bins.
Right.
You know, like we just use Rubbermaid totes.
From the field.
Yeah, but you gotta clean this.
Right.
And then you can't, like, I don't clean the bottom, so you don't do this. I mean, like, we didn't do that for years, and then we took a GAP certification class, which is good agriculture practices, and we're like, oh crap, yeah, we do, you know, I'd hose them out, but I wouldn't sanitize.
Now we sanitize.
Now we sanitize.
We even sanitize. We sanitized before it was cool. Right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's chill out in here and see if we can answer a few questions. We're going to go back over to the stage. Hopefully the internet is back up and running. Not much jerky available as of last night. Yeah, I'll agree with you there. The jerky thing's been annoying the hell out of me for the last few weeks because, and I'll tell you, we get our jerky and stuff done at Sturgis Meats. Sturgis is our local USDA processor. And Sturgis, of course, is where they have the motorcycle rally every single year. So they are in the process of making their own beef jerky for Sturgis. So we got pushed onto the back burner. So we have a ton of jerky that's waiting to be made so we can get it up on the website. $50 super chat there from Pat. Thanks for keeping my day interesting. Kind of boring here at the desk in SoCal, wearing my stupid mask for 8 hours. God, I couldn't imagine wearing a mask all day long. I feel bad for, I had to grab something to fidget with. I feel bad for kids, teenage kids that are stuck in McDonald's or wherever wearing their mask for 8 hours a day. But also I feel bad for anybody that has to wear it. I would go crazy. That's for sure. Comment there from Jonathan. How do I go about renting a cottage for the weekend? We have the Airbnb. You can check it out on Airbnb.com, and it's available. Actually, there's somebody in there right now, but it'll be available coming up before too long. Peanut is doing well. If you would like to buy steaks, you can do that in person, but we don't have any steaks right now. We won't have any until August, it doesn't look like. Because of the processing mess, we can't get our steers in until, I think it's the middle, maybe end of August. So we're hoping to have full freezers by Ranch Roundup is kind of the plan. Let's see. New Jersey, you have to wear a mask. Yeah, I mean, even now, like, you can't get into Walmart without wearing a mask, which honestly, I really do encourage people. Like, if you need to go somewhere where you have to wear a mask, just put on a mask and go in and do it. Get out of there as fast as you can. The thing that annoys me about Walmart is that, and the reason that I probably won't be visiting Walmart anyways, is that our local Walmart has like 3 or 4 entrances into Walmart. They've actually closed down all of those entrances except for one, which doesn't make sense to me because now you have to come in through one entrance, and now you're basically funneling everybody through a disease-ridden area, possibly. I mean, it could be, more than just COVID. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I don't like that idea of being funneled through everywhere like a It's just a mess, if you ask me. And I don't like wearing a mask, so if I have to, I'll put it on. But other than that, I make sure that I get in and out as fast as possible. And if there are other options, I do kind of take that direction as well. Menards here in town is now making you wear a mask to go in. But if I don't need something from Menards, I just choose not to go. It's that simple. So yeah, Walmart is hurting customers. Yeah, and they're going through this same little area. I just can't stand it. I'm purposely petrified of going back to school. Right now, it's business as usual. Kids don't have to wear a mask. Yeah, they said that for our schools too. Our schools, they said are going back at the regular time this year, and everything's going to be normal, at least for a little while until we figure out what's going on. Let's see. Thank you for telling me it's booked for 2020, the cottage. Well, it's not booked for the entire year. There are gaps in there. Let's see. I have to wear a mask to a supermarket job. It's very hot, but better than getting the virus. Yeah. I mean, if you're at risk, yeah, wear a mask for sure. Are you scared to send the kiddos back? I mean, we actually sat down and talked to our kids and we said, hey, do you want to go back to school or would you like to stay home and do the homeschool? And of course, all of them were like, no, we want to go to school. Grace did mention, she said she doesn't like wearing a mask. It's hot, you can't breathe. She's almost 7, so she's going to speak the truth when it comes to that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's an interesting deal. Here's something Erin and I were talking about the other day, and Terry brings this up that Walmart is counting the number and limiting the number of people that they allow to have. Walmart is limiting the number of people ingoing. Do they have one entrance and one exit? I guess here's the thing about that annoys me. I've got a friend of mine that put in a bunch of this surveillance and electronic equipment at Menards. And he told me, and this may not be true, but he said that when you go in Menards, they have facial recognition software at Menards in their cameras. So they know who is in the store at all times. Technology is way more advanced than we probably give it credit for. And you can't tell me that Walmart, with the amount of cameras and everything that they have in that store, that they cannot tell you how many people are in that store at any given time. I think that person that's standing there with their iPad counting people coming in and out, and that's why they're funneling everybody through one entrance. That may be, what they're doing is counting and double checking what their computers say. Also, there's this thing called networking where you can have the same app at 3 different doors and they're all keeping track at the same time. So I don't know. There's something. I'm not a big conspiracy type guy, but it's definitely there's more to it than what's what's happening there. But I mean, there's a whole political road you can go down with that. And yeah, Walmart, maybe they have one person because they only want to pay one person to count, right? So if they only want to pay one person to count, then tell me that. That's why you're bringing me all through one door, because we're cheap and we don't want to pay 3 people to count at each door and pay for the networking of the laptops or whatever they're using, the iPads to count. Tell me that. Don't tell me it's for my own safety and blow smoke up my butt, because I'm not a huge fan of that. Just tell me I like calling people on their BS, and I think that it's something that more people should do. So anyway, that's pretty much it for today. If you have any more questions, feel free to throw them up. We do not have an online farm store. You can go to our website. You can order t-shirts. You can get beef jerky on our website, but that's pretty much it. There is honey. That kind of stuff that you can get as well on our website, ourwyominglife.com. You can order that stuff there. Beef jerky, there is limited amount of beef jerky right now, but you can make sure that you get what you need for now, and hopefully we'll be able to. I'm reading comments too while I'm trying to talk. It's horrible thing to try to do. But anyway, yeah, you can make sure that if you like something on the website, you can get it there. I can tell you, if you buy t-shirts and stuff like that, they are slowed down. Our t-shirts are all printed on demand. So you can order t-shirts, but it is taking a while to get them. As you probably know, if you have ordered t-shirts in the past, our printers are way behind because they are short-staffed. So, and they're having a hard time getting the blank t-shirts in too. So, but you can still order t-shirts. You can order beef jerky. You can get honey and some other stuff online as well. So that's pretty much it for me today. I'm going to go get to work. I think we have quite a bit going on. I've got to film this afternoon for tomorrow's video, but the stage is done. Thank you guys for hanging out with me while we finish that up. We got the rest of some of our signs put up on this fence, and we're going to get more signs put up as they come in. and our sponsors. Also hanging from the front of the stage is going to be our ghost ticket holders. If you can't make it to Ranch Roundup and you'd still like to support the event, you can buy tickets that are called ghost tickets. They're like more than half the price off of a regular ticket. I think they're $10 a piece. And you can get those. You get your names put up on the banners. You get multiple mentions throughout the event, and get to show your support for what we're doing as well. And you can do that on our website at ourwyominglife.com. So make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe and follow along. We have more on the way. And if you hit that little bell button, hopefully YouTube will send you a notification when we put out a new video. But I can tell you that new videos coming out for the time being will be Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. You will have a brand new daily vlog of what's happening here on the ranch. So this week we'll be working on composting. We will be putting up some electric fence. We'll also be taking a look at the pigs. Lots of stuff to do. Never a dull day, but well, I can't say that. Never a day with nothing to do. Sometimes we do have dull days, but we definitely have a lot of fun doing it. So thanks, guys. We'll see you next time, tomorrow morning, right here at 7 o'clock as we continue on with our Wyoming Life. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.